Welcome, Gemini, to your love reading for February of 2019. So, as we look into your reading, your love interest or partner, you could be dealing with someone. I feel that they might be in a relationship already. You two could have a child together, but I feel to me that there's something off with this connection. And either in a relationship or you're trying to get to know someone, if you feel like there's a lack of communication or someone is not really coming forward to be around you, to open up, to let you know how they might be feeling, I feel like they're hiding something, right? And it might be another person, and it could be a newer relationship or even something from the past that might be there. And because you're feeling this way, you kind of take a step back to, and this is like the first week of February, you might take a step back to kind of focus on what I'm letting you know, the reasons why that might be happening. And then you take a step back, and then you take a bigger step back, because you're going to be closed off. The Ace of Cups in reverse is not really feeling all that grateful about the connection, because you don't have anything to really feel grateful about. And a lot of you, this could be you moving on from an ex-partner or someone that you were into, and it does cause a lot of grief, right? And the disappointment might be there, feeling rejected, trying to heal yourself. It's like maybe taking a step back, falling into a dungeon, might be drinking to yourself a lot. That could be something that's there. But the Two of Wands is good because it's the energy of standing back and trying to find a different avenue to go down. The person that you're dealing with, they might continue to make mistakes when it comes to money and possessions, or trying to save up and manifest this connection in the way that they need to, so they don't make the changes, they don't approach you. Some of you might even feel like you have been used by somebody, that there could have been something where you borrowed money from this person, or vice versa, they may have borrowed money from you, or you've given something to them, but they were never able to come around to address you or to confront you about a money issue or money matters. So they seem to be kind of doing their own thing, zoned out in la la land, and not really, well, maybe even singing the blues, because they might be a little bit depressed because things are not really working out in the way that they want. So, trying to focus on themselves a bit and not really investing in the connection. Now, your energy, you're focusing on yourself, right? And I feel like that's a good thing, because that's passion and drive. Like towards the second week, you might even be focused on somebody new because you're single and you might just want to flirt, or you might even be working or doing different things that might bring you more fulfillment on the physical and financial level, even when it comes to your health. So there might be a new spark, but even if there's a new spark, maybe with the fire sign, you got water sign, earth sign is showing up, but children are definitely in the equation. But then your partner or love interest, they kind of take a step back, because if you moved on from somebody in your past and a newer person that you're trying to get closer to, there might be, kind of taking one step at a time kind of thing. And that's what I sense. I sense that someone that you may have been dealing with, they could have been, if they're not communicating to you too well, that's because they may have been getting over some heartbreak, or trying to, keep that, and they may have been confused about their connection with that person, so they're not revealing everything to you. They might be even drugs or drinking or something that might be in, part of the equation that somebody's trying to heal from. So maybe that's something that you might want to invest in. You might be, speaking to someone about these things. You could be a motivational speaker to help somebody else out. But I feel the person that you might be dealing with, they're still kind of taking a break. They're still trying to invest more in their future. Maybe the second week they're trying to, make some changes. That's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. It's not a holiday. It's well, in the United States, I feel like a lot of people might use that day as a romantic day, but try not to allow yourself to get depressed because you feel like the love is not there, you're not hanging out, you're not going out with somebody you might feel. And it's usually Valentine's Day fall in Aquarius season, and Aquarius is the 11th house of friendships. It's not a romantic kind of thing, so disconnecting from people, even when you are on a date, romantic date, you and your love interest might not get too close, because it might be a gift there, but it's still, the tension is just in the air. If you haven't noticed that, it's just a bit off. It's just because that the intensity of just wanting your space or feeling like things are not legit or sincere. So that person might be taking a break and focusing on work. All right. And then your response, you're still feeling broken or kind of incomplete, that they're not around, or even if they are around, you feel like, it's just a a ghost, of that person's true aura or their true presence, and you're just not really feeling a connection. So when you're feeling that way, justice comes out in reverse, because that means that you might splurge. You could spend on something and then you give to somebody else, or even you give to yourself because you're like, I'll just treat myself, but you do it in a big way, and that's gonna cause you to be broke. Well, not really be broke, but you can put yourself in a hole financially. So just be careful that you don't do that, or you don't go out and get a big gift just because it's Valentine's Day and doing something for somebody else that might not deserve it. All right, they might not deserve what you could be giving to them, whether it's attention or money or anything like that. The person you're dealing with could be dealing with a Libra, then the earth sign is showing up, Cancer is showing up, fire sign is here. Now, let's say any sign is showing up, all right, all the signs. So then you have that person, again, they're working on their own. So I see like a energy of them going back and forth to the gym, or just taking some time for themselves, whether they're hanging out or kind of driving, or like a long road trip by themselves or with another person, but not really feeling all that great about the connection with you, and even just investing in somebody new right now because they've been dealing with so many things from the past, I feel. So there's some issues there. Even they might be driving around with their child who they need to pay more attention to, and they might not like that so much, because, and it could be your child, y'all together with the child, that you might have some issues with that child in some way, and your response though is, you might even be home, you might even be in a marriage that you no longer desire to be in, with the 8 of Swords showing up, the 4 of Wands. This is kind of being, almost feeling claustrophobic, or feeling like you're in an environment that's not really all that stable. You want some kind of connection. It's almost like a energy of wanting to catapult forward or leap out of where you are into something new, but you're still feeling restricted or smothered in some way. And then the person is responding by either giving to you or receiving from you, or you two have this kind of entanglement financially for some. The Devil in reverse and the 6 of Pentacles, both of those are 6, but being generous but not feeling all that sincere about it, or doing it because you have to, or the other person has to. It just doesn't look all that healthy. With the cards of the Justice being in reverse, you got the Devil in reverse, and then you have this Chariot of trying to move forward away from somebody or something that's not really giving back in a way that you want to. So to me, be careful of giving all of your resources or pouring all of that into somebody else's hand and not really giving to yourself in the way that you need to. And that's why you have the cards of finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life for sure, either on your part or the person that you're dealing with. They're not really willing to make the sacrifices or the change that they may need to make in order for the connection to work out, to be in a committed relationship. Then you have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So to me, this is just to be aware. All right, like I see some of you either towards the end of the month, at home, either in a marriage or even by yourself, and wanting out but not really doing it, but then also wanting in on a connection, but the other person is not making the changes that they need to make. And in some way, for some reason, I see like a connection that's there, but something that you need to get out of. All right, for those that might be married, reevaluate these things, talk to your partner to see what's going on. If you're with someone else who wants to be in a different relationship with another person, and you know that the relationship is not really good around the home environment, under the same roof, have these conversations, ask these questions, and see what comes of it. I just feel like this is something that you need to really think about as the month unfolds for you. All right. So that's going to be your reading for the month of February 2019. I hope the message has helped out in some way. Lots of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. So have a good one.